Good morning on this particularly grey winter solstice. Shortest day of the year, so better get a trot on here. We're going up to see two aircraft wreck sites today. One of a B24 Liberator, which is a large 4-engine bomber from the Second World War, and one wreck site of two jet fighters. These were Sabres, and they crashed back in 1954. I've been to these wrecks many times, and it being a short day, just wanted to take a dead cert route to these and just show you them, see what occurs on the day. Just read a little poem I wrote when I was a kid. It's about the futility of war and the effect it has on everybody. It's called Balkan Blitz. I actually wrote it when the Yugoslavian war was going on, and the Serbians were committing atrocities, the Kosovans, etc. Anyway, here we go. 1943, October the 11th. Two men met for the first time. Jerry Navjar, flight engineer, and Crichton Hopt, who was second lieutenant, and he was to be the pilot. It was a ferrying flight where they were delivering B24 Liberators from Burton Wood over to a place in Norwich called Hardwick, just south of Norwich, over on the east. So the men met for the first time, shook hands in the readying room, got out, went into the aircraft, did the checks and took off. The bomber thundered down the runway, tried to get air under the wings to get into the air, which it did, and it rose slowly up, slowly up into the grey autumn sky. Unfortunately for these two gentlemen, they would not actually end up reaching Norwich. So, and the aircraft's wheels would never touch the runway again. The aircraft's still there, obviously since 1943, so we'll see what is left to this day, and you'll see. The next wreck site we will hopefully find, weather permitting, because it's closing in, is a wreck site of two Sabres. These were jet fighters, and these two crashed back in 1953. So all being well, we'll reach those wreck sites, show you around, everything permitting. Things can change. Yeah, and I'll show you more when we get there. So off we go. Onwards and upwards. Quite a brisk breeze blowing up here, and it's not raining, but I've put my waterproof on because they're so damp with the low cloud. Anyway, we're at a trig point called Harry Hut, so sort of halfway really, ish, to the B24 crash site. Just me and the grouse. What's that? Oh my god. It's the sun, I think. So this is where the path up from the car park on the road come over past Harry's Hut trig point, and it meets up with a flagged stone flag path which comes up from the grouse, what used to be the Grouse pub. So that's back down to the Grouse pub on the road between Glossop and Nayfield. That's where I've come from, and that's where I'm going. So I've just got the first sign of the B24. I hope you can hear me with this wind, and it's just there. First things we come to an engine and a piece of wing, which you'll see. As you can see, there's the prop. And the gears for the pitch adjustment, a reduction gear. There's one of the massive radial engines. You can see it's been hacked away over the years. People have, you can see where the conrod has been cut through. People have stolen the pistons. Tops of the pistons there, huge. The forward part of the engine, that piece there where the prop goes has probably come off here. And we have a wing. And the wing runs off down. I don't know if you can see that. Into the ground down there. So just up from there, come across the tail section. Which you can make out. This area is where the fuselage went through the tail section. You can see one goes out there, another out that way. So we'll just have a break here for a moment. So move on from the second section. I know there's some undercarriage off into the mist, so let's go and have a look. Here we go. Some more wreckage, major part of the wreckage here. Oh, as I say, the B24 took off from Burton Wood. As we were going along, the engineer noted that it seemed to be gaining enough height. Regardless, Crichton, the pilot, he carried on, persevered up and through with a slow climb. Unbeknownst to him, looming in front was this area of the Peak District called Mill Hill. Unfortunately, when they got to this point, they actually hit Mill Hill. Belly flopped the aircraft. It skidded to a halt, broken. The two men were badly injured, but they did survive. One had a broken back. I think they both recovered eventually. And you can see another large area of wreckage here, which includes a large section of the wing, potentially the port wing, I would say. Port wing, and it is upside down potentially. The underside of the port wing, you can see the drag brace running off. You can see the suspension, for want of a better word, but the pneumatic ram. You can see the drag brace, and this side is open, so the wheel would have descended down and out potentially. See the hub. So this, the chrome, is still in quite good condition. I'd say it's been here 82 years. Some armoured plate there. This is very heavy. Armoured plate. It's potentially off one of the dorsal turret, perhaps, which was just behind the cockpit. No other reason to have something so heavy as that on an aircraft other than to stop bullets. Got another two of the massive radial engines here. Slightly worse condition than the other one. I don't know where the fourth is, I've never found the fourth. This is the reduction gear off the front of one of those. The ground is strewn with burnt, molten, corroded aluminium, as the American Air Force came up, and they would often destroy what was left of any aircraft wrecks, just to stop looters. This is the other undercarriage leg, as you can see. And from here, there's more wreckage scattered around. Over the years, as usual, it gets picked and pilfered. Years ago, when I first came here, I found the throttle quadrant, which was just further down. Left it where it was. I don't think there's any evidence of that now. You can see more structure of the aircraft. Okay, so we've covered as much as we're going to cover. We've not got a lot of daylight, and I want to find the two Sabres, so we're going to move on over Mill Hill, head towards Kinder Scout Way, but we're just going to be just down from Kinder Scout where we're going to find these other two aircraft. Okay, I'll check back in. This is the summit of Mill Hill. Path off there, heading north, east, west from where we've come. We're going to descend now. Not that you can see it, but normally there's the great sight of Kinder Scout in front of us there. That's all you can see today. So we're going to head down anyway towards that. Very, very poor visibility. And a very nuisance wind. But hey ho, this is it. Lovely. So we've reached this post, we've got the choice, hayfield, Leeklow, which was sort of back the way we came. You go back there and turn right. Got the Snake in, and we've got Edale. The Edale way takes you up onto Kinder Scout, which is just over there. We're heading out and around into that mist and murk. I don't know if you can see. That's precisely there. Methinks this is going to be a bit more of a tricky one to find in this. Visibility, what, 50 yards, if that. Picking up other people's rubbish. So, whoever's this was, I'll take it back to a bin for you, don't worry. In all this bleakness, and the good old trusty silver basic compass. Found part of it on the slope, so the other wreckage should be lower down. Jesus, some tube, all sorts of bits and bobs here. A copper coil, something electrical obviously. Some material. Some more pipe work with the brass fittings. I've never found this little area of wreckage before, so it's quite interesting. You can see that looks as though it's some form of switch, a rotary switch with contacts all around it. Lots of electrical items here. Don't know if you can see, that's a rubber seal. And some more wreckage. I would guess we are in the right place. After getting all giddy finding the first small part of the wreckage, I can't find the main wreckage. It's not surprising. I'm doing a bit of a square search pattern over the moorland, which is interspersed by these beauties. Let's get going. Jeez. Right. Just went down a big hole right up to my knee. No gaiters on, but the good news is I've only gone and found the main wreckage, or some of it, the jet engine. Here we go. And there you go. Look at that. Compressor blades. And this is, all these have been taken. All the blades slide in there. That's the stator actually. Then your compressor blades will be on there, you can see. Like the Christmas tree shape. You can see combustion chambers where they were attached. Right down to the turbine at the end, which will come out of this shaft. See the shaft? It's there. Just the remnants of a few blades. I'm not even going to attempt to pick that up, it's so heavy. And the forward compressor and the stator. This is just off one of the aircraft. There were two of these which both hit Kinder Scout and bounced over the other side. Some of the machinery, the mechanics of that engine, said engine. Wonderful. Or not, because unfortunately both of the pilots involved There were two single-seat jet fighters, these Sabres. Neither of the pilots survived. They were only young men, very young. We'll go and have a look for some more wreckage. I don't know whether you can see, but the wreckage spreads down the hill, and down there is a tail section. You can see one of the jets, the elevators. This is where the fuselage was attached. And we have one of the undercarriage legs here. You can see the disc brakes there, and the pads all still in place. Some of the tyre still remains, although people have been cutting chunks off over the years. You can see bits of it scattered around. Up from the tail, coming up to some wings. Now you could see many features still on this, all the way back from, I think I said 1953. You used to be able to see the insignia and the paint on the wings as well. Don't know whether you can now, but let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. You can see self-sealing fuel tanks still there. Probably still full of fuel when they hit. Wings and debris. A large section of wing. See, somebody's left them a poppy, just to know they've not forgotten. Move up. See, there's the other tail section. See, same as the other one. Off the second plane. Very heavy. There's still some of the paint. It does look as though the markings off the wings is no longer, but it's not surprising. We had 47, 60, 72 years up here, potentially. Correct me if I'm wrong, my maths is probably all over the show, but 72 years, so it's no wonder the paint's gone. It was there when I was young, and I do have some pictures which I'll try and dig out. Another undercarriage. You can see still got the tyre on there. A small memorial, some more wreckage. In loving memory of Flight Officer J.D. Horn, RAF, from his family. 1933 to 1954. God bless. This looks like a blue-green paint. It's like an etch prime. This is on the inside of part of the fuselage. The looks of it. Not being structured, it's more of a skin than a wing structure. Should be another jet engine. I'm pretty sure I found it once upon a time. But you can see what we're up against. So, done it. Better have a bit of a break now. Touch and go for a bit. I'm gonna have myself a little bit of hot, beefy Bovril. Good stuff. Warms the cockles of your heart. Cheers. Oopsie, there you are. Right, you can see weather's closing in. So, in remembrance of Flight Lieutenant Green and Flying Officer Horn, who died here, and they crashed their Sabres 25th of July 1954. So, I'll just read a little poem I wrote when I was a kid. It's about the futility of war and the effect it has on everybody. It's called Balkan Blitz. I actually wrote it when the Yugoslavian war was going on. And the Serbians were committing atrocities, the Kosovans, etc. Anyway, here we go. They've just had one. Now they want another, as the sky turns black and the people run for cover. I hold back the tears, oh how I try. Can we ask each other the question why? See the crying mother hold the lifeless form. Was there any point in that child being born? She used to be a teacher, he used to be a cook. Now they're just like cattle, herded on a truck, heading for unknown destinations. Can you see their desperation? As the NATO jets scream overhead, keep your head down low, or you're gonna be dead. But who is it? Is it you? Or don't you give a shit? Will there ever be a place where their face will fit? As they wake up in the morning, will it be their last? I think that this should ring some bells when looking at the past. Some call it ethnic cleansing, like cleaning up the mud. Someone should make it stop. I only wish I could.
If you liked it,
give us a like, make a comment, tell me if you didn't like it. Just do what you want really, as long as you're having a good time. Be happy. It's a beautiful, beautiful world. So thanks for watching Joey Hansen Outdoors. Tune in again. See you soon.